Helpful hints for making soups. Soups are one of the easiest types of dishes to prepare, but there are still a few helpful hints to keep in mind to make sure your recipes turn out as well as they should. Soup is an incredibly versatile dish that can be modified in so many different ways. It can also be as thick and as hearty as you like, or if you prefer, contain few ingredients with a thin, savory broth. For the thickest of soups, cook the dish with the lid off the pot so that most of the liquid evaporates. You can also thicken soups by adding in pureed vegetables for texture, or add a little bit of heavy cream, flour, or mashed potato flakes until you reach the desired consistency. Alternatively, if your soup has turned out to be a bit too thick, you can always thin it out some by gradually adding more liquid such as water, broth, cream, or wine. In addition, if you had added too much salt or other seasonings, adding more liquid to dilute the flavor will help you strike a better balance. Waiting until near the end of the cooking process before adding in salts will make it easier to determine how much is needed, especially if liquids will evaporate while cooking. Do not worry about having leftovers, as you can even freeze most all types of soup to use later on. Just allow the soup to cool completely and seal in an airtight container before freezing. Another good idea when making vegetable soups that will be frozen is to stop the cooking process just before the vegetables are fully tender. Then after freezing and reheating, they can continue cooking the rest of the way without becoming too soft. Avoid freezing greens and potatoes, and you will also want to leave the eggs out of the soup if you will be freezing it. Nutty carrot soup recipe. What you need: 2 tablespoons unsalted butter, 1 pound carrots, peeled, cut into 1/2 inch pieces, 1/2 cup white onions, chopped 1 cup walnuts, chopped 4 cups chicken stock, salt and ground black pepper to taste, pinch of ground nutmeg, 1 and 1/2 cups heavy cream. How to make it: in a large saucepan, melt the unsalted butter over medium heat, then add the pieces of carrots and chopped onions. Sauté the mixture for 2 minutes or until the onions start to turn translucent. Add half of the chopped walnuts to the pan and sauté everything for another minute. Add the 3 of the 4 cups of chicken stock and bring the mixture to a boil. Add salt and black pepper to taste along with a pinch of nutmeg. Reduce the heat and simmer the soup for about 30 to 45 minutes or until the carrots are tender. In a food processor or blender, puree the soup until all of the ingredients are smooth. Return the pureed soup to the saucepan and add the remaining cup of chicken stock along with the heavy cream. You may substitute the cream with buttermilk if you prefer. Cook the soup until well heated while stirring frequently. Season the nutty carrot soup with salt and pepper to taste if desired, and garnish with the remaining chopped walnuts. Serve. 6. Helpful hints for making soups. Soups are one of the easiest types of dishes to prepare, but there are still a few helpful hints to keep in mind to make sure your recipes turn out as well as they should. Soup is an incredibly versatile dish that can be modified in so many different ways. It can also be as thick and as hearty as you like, or if you prefer, contain few ingredients with a thin,